Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the handover ceremony from the 47th to the 48th administration of the Nigerian Medical Students Association. Can we please share the link to our group chats, our Medical Students Association, to every group chat that you add that NiMSA are, so that we can welcome more participants and then comments. Happy New Year, Insights. Good afternoon, the Nigerian Medical Students Association. You're welcome to the handover ceremony from the 47th to the 48th administration happening today, the 1st of January. I welcome you all into the new year, and I urge you all to please share the links to your various group chats, your Medical Students Association, your status, share the flyer, and encourage NiMSA to participate and join in. Thank you so much. We'll be starting in a very short while. So I'm going to give you a little task. In the next 1 minute, if you have shared the link to your group chats, whatever group chats that you are on, the NiMSA are on, or your status, kindly type done in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much for that information, Mr. Jafar. So I'm going to call on someone to please take the opening prayer. So, okay. Miss Valeria, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, please can you give us an opening prayer? Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Okay. Almighty God, the creator of heaven and earth, we bless your holy name for this wonderful day, which is the 1st of January and the first of a new year, which also doubles as a memorial day in the history of NiMSA, as a day of handing over for the present administration to a new administration. We pray that your grace be with everyone with us here. We pray that this ceremony goes on successfully and gives glory to your holy name. We pray for the strength and the zeal to be impacted on the new administration. I mean, in everything, may your name be highly exalted. This we ask through the most holy name, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. So I'm going to be introducing our guests with us here, and I'll be starting with no other person, but we have the presence of the 47th NiMSA president here, in presence of Mr. Moses Onwubuya. We have the NiMSA president-elect, the 48th NiMSA president-elect, Mr. Sedauna. We have distinguished here the chairman or the keynote speaker, Dr. Zainab Muhammad Idris. We have Dr. David Berlin. We have the chairman of the occasion, Professor Bala Audu, who's the NME president. Thank you so much, every NIMSite present here, for gracing us in this historic event. So in this event, we are going to be starting with the opening remarks by the chairman of the occasion, and then we'll move straight into the citation of the keynote speaker in person of Dr. Zainab Muhammad Idris, and then we'll move on to the keynote speech by Dr. Zainab, and then Dr. David Belling will be giving us a speech. Please, can you mute your mic? Thank you so much. And then we'll go properly to the handover ceremony, where the handover speech by the 47th National President in person of Onwubuya Moses. And then the inaugural speech by the 48th NIMSA President, Mr. Amadou Sardauna, and then words of advice from dignitaries, and then we'll be taking our closing remarks by Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman. So moving forward, I'll be inviting no other person but the Nigerian Medical Students Association by Okay, so I've been made to understand that certain dignitaries have joined us into this meeting, and I will do well to welcome them. Thank you so much, distinguished, for joining us. We have here with us Dr. Osundara Tope Zenith, the National President, Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. We have Dr. Aisha Mustafa, the President of the Medical Women Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State Chapter. Thank you so much for being here today. We have Dr. Aliyu Waziri, the Vice Chairman, NME Kaduna State. Thank you so much for being here today. Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman, the Crown Prince of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors Nigeria, 2024-2025. We have our guest of honor in person of Dr. Abubakar Abdulrahman Ajian Sumawa. Permit me if I didn't pronounce that correctly. We have Dr. Ogumefun Michael, the Southwest Zonal Coordinator, NME Young and Early Career Doctors, and doubles as the 43rd NiMSA President. We have Dr. Ejim Egba Clements, the 46th and the immediate past President, Nigerian Medical Students Association. We have Dr. Suleiman Isa Ada, the immediate past President, Association of Resident Doctors, ABUTH. We have Dr. Muhammad Kasim, the 52nd Abumsa President. Thank you so much for joining us, our invited guests, our special guest of honor. Thank you so much. Once again, I welcome you all into the beautiful year of 2025. My name is David Faith Princess, and I am the president of the University of Abuja Medical Students Association, and I will be your moderator for today. Moving forward, I will be calling no other person but the Nigerian Medical Association's president, who is our chairman of the occasion, Professor Bala Audu, onto the stage to give his opening remarks. Thank you so much for joining us. You have the floor, sir. We had him here with us. I think there's been some sort of network problems, but he
Hello.
was here earlier. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
NiMSA President-elect and the Chairman Committee on NiMSA, other NMA affiliate leadership present, and all NiMSA leadership and members. It's a great privilege for me. It's a great privilege for me, on behalf of all Nigerian doctors, to chair this handover ceremony of the newly elected NiMSA leadership. I'm sure each and every one of us on this call is either currently or has previously been a member of NiMSA. So we know that the role that NiMSA plays in the development of the policy and leadership within Nigerian doctors is key and central, as it forms the formative years of the development of this quality leadership. I therefore want to congratulate all the newly elected leadership and to wish them great success throughout their tenure. And most importantly, also to congratulate the outgoing leadership for the smooth conduct of the affairs of Nigerian medical students during their tenure. Seamless transition that is smooth, transparent, and devoid of any rancor is a sign of the quality of leadership we offer. I'm happy. I've noted that this transition is taking place smoothly and seamlessly. Let me urge the incoming leadership to develop programs that will strengthen the capacity of medical students, not just to be amongst the best doctors in the world, but to take up real positions of leadership in the future by developing their leadership capacity, management capacity, and entrepreneurial skills. With these few words, I welcome each and every one of you to this handover ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our enemy president, Prof. Bala Audu, for your inspiring and impactful speech. Your emphasis on developing programs to strengthen the capacity of medical students truly reflects your deep commitment to nurturing us, who are the next generation of healthcare professionals. Thank you so much for commending the past administration on their smooth running of the administration. And on behalf of all medical students here, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude for your dedication, for your unwavering support, for being here in person as our chairman of the occasion. Thank you so much once again. Moving on to our next agenda, I will be inviting no other person but I'll be inviting no other person but the president of the Nile University of Medical Students Association in person of Miss Precious to give the citation of our distinguished keynote speaker for today. Thank you so much. Miss Precious, you have the floor.
Thank you, Ms. Faith. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, distinguished dignitaries and every NiMSA present. Today, we gather to witness a moment of transition and growth, a handover ceremony that symbolizes the continuation of excellence and leadership. It's a day to honor the past, celebrate the present, and embrace the possibilities of the future. In moments like this, it's important to be guided by someone whose words can illuminate the path ahead, inspire us to think deeply, and encourage us to lead boldly. We are privileged to have such a person with us today as our keynote speaker. With a wealth of experience and an unwavering commitment to community medicine, allow me to take a moment to share some highlights of her extraordinary journey before we welcome her to address us. Dr. Zainab Mohammed Idris Kwari is a consultant public health specialist, a fellow of the West African College of Physicians in Community Medicine, and a senior lecturer with the Department of Community Medicine, College of Medicine, Kaduna State University, Nigeria. She also recently served as the program manager and coordinator of the World Bank-supported Accelerating Nutrition Results in Nigeria project in Kaduna State. Her early education commenced at BUK Staff Primary School from 1976 to 1982. She attended St. Louis Girls Senior Secondary School from 1982 to 1988 and holds a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, MBBS degree from the University of Ilorin, Kwara State. She obtained her master's degree in public health from the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, a postgraduate diploma in public policy and administration from Bayero University, Kano, and a professional postgraduate diploma in strategic management from the British International Academy of Management, Kaduna Center. She is a 2012 alumni of the Gender Consortium, Flinders University, Adelaide, South Australia, where she obtained a fellowship in gender and development for African women in leadership. She is also a member of the International Program in Public Health Leadership from Evans School of Public Health, Washington University, Seattle, USA, and the Leadership Development for Accelerated Progress in Nutrition in Nigeria, led by the South Africa-based Northwest University. She continues to pursue further self-development initiatives that have earned her numerous professional certifications and accolades in diverse health and related fields that include operation research, health system strengthening, monitoring and evaluation, bioethics, medical ethics, and health law, among others. She held several positions in the development cycle, including the Zonal Technical Coordinator of the MDG's Conditional Grant Scheme to local government program in 7 states of the Northwest Zone of Nigeria. At different times, she was the state team leader for 3 UK aid DFID-funded programs, the MNCH2, PATHS2, PAT S2, and SNR programs in Kaduna State, where she was responsible for the overall coordination, management, and provision of technical leadership oversight for these programs. She led a team of development and implementing partners that supported the state public health sector in the drafting and passage of bills that culminated in the establishment of key health agencies, such as the Kaduna State AIDS Control Agency, State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, and the Kaduna State Health Supplies Management Agency. Presently, she holds the invaluable position of the board chair of 2 NGOs, Education as a Vaccine and Bashir Fistula Foundation and Women's Health Foundation in Nigeria. Dr. Zainab Kwari is happily married with 4 children and a grandmother to some lovely grandkids. So with no further ado, help me welcome Dr. Zainab Mohammed Idris Kwari, our keynote speaker for today's inauguration ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful citation. Please, NiMSA, can you appraise our keynote speaker in the chat box, and can we welcome her to the stage? Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can. Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome.
Yes, sorry, I thought I had unmuted and I was speaking and I realized that I've not unmuted. So let me start by recognizing our president, the Nigerian Medical Association, in the person of Professor Bala Audu, who is the chairman of today's occasion. I would also like to recognize the presence of the 48th NiMSA president, the outgoing president, and also the incoming president, who will be the 49th in the stream of things. It's really a pleasure to be here today to discuss this exciting and very vital topic, which is at the heart of what we are as medical personnel. And the topic entitled Harnessing the Leadership Potential of Medical Students, especially in their journey for transformative change. And as future healthcare leaders, I think it's also very vital. It's a significant topic that was chosen to inaugurate the incoming new president. We believe that as medical students, you are really very key to driving meaningful improvements in medicine, especially in the field where I serve, which is public health, and even other subspecialties that we have. For each of you, you are our future leaders, and we look up to you to see how we can explore those potentials that will make you become the leaders that we desire to see, especially in this ever-evolving field of medicine. So permit me to share the slides. Please, you'll see that it's in the PDF format. So forgive me for not putting it in a slide or PowerPoint slide. But I think the essence is for us to have this well documented for the future. So let me start by recognizing the power of medical students. As medical students, you're not just learners. You're not just learning to become, medical doctors. You have a lot that is much more than that. You are not just learners, you are innovators. We see you as advocates as well, and the change makers in making change happen. Whatever field you find yourself eventually, it is expected that you will have those skills to lead in your respective corners. Leadership in medicine is not an optional skill. It is a necessary skill. It's a necessity, and it's something that each medical student should aspire to develop if you do not already have it. You will notice that a lot of us, when we go through medical school, there are those that assume medical leadership right from the stage where they are students. And then there are some that prefer to continue as followers. But as a medical student, leadership skills are really very important. And I would therefore use this presentation to walk you through the importance of leadership and the practical ways that you can develop it. And then, of course, we can look at some of the real world examples and some of the key action or actionable takeaways that will help to inspire your journey and guide you through that journey to become leaders. So let's look at why it is important. Why is leadership important? Why is it important, especially in medicine? Studies have shown that healthcare outcomes improve where there's a presence of a strong leadership, and it's not too different from the medical practice. But you recognize that only a small percentage of physicians actually go through or receive any formal training that has to do with leadership, and which means it leaves us with a gap that must be filled by upcoming leaders like yourselves. With the ever increasing challenges that we have both locally and globally, especially challenges like pandemics and the various inequities or disparities in healthcare, and even the rapidly advancing technology, the need for us to nurture and produce visionary leaders in healthcare has never been greater. In fact, it's a necessity, like I've said from the beginning. We must nurture our skills of leadership for us to be able to fit in to this ever-evolving world. So as medical students, you're actually uniquely positioned to step up and meet these challenges head on. Very important. And that's one of the key reasons why we call on medical students to step up their acts and begin to assume that responsibility. Even where you find yourselves as students, and especially when you interact or engage with other students from other fields, you will see that they always look up to you for guidance, and sometimes they also model your behavior because they see medical students as being responsible and have what it takes to actually guide and develop these potentials. So why leadership in medicine? Let's take a deep look at that. Why is it important? Why is leadership important in medicine? I think we've mentioned that. And one of the things I would like us to look at is to also deep dive into the traits that are required for your medical leadership to begin to evolve. It is not just about taking charge, it is more than that. It is about inspiring, it is about empowering others. It is also something that is required for you to be able to have a listening ear to people's problems and to also ensure that you're able to communicate effectively, and whatever expression or information is given to you, it's expected that you deal with it with empathy, and you should be able to process it and support individuals and groups, and indeed institutions to thrive. So what is required includes critical thinking, the power of emotional intelligence, being self-aware, and also being aware of what other people's feelings and desires or needs you need to be able to address. And for this to be effective, you need to inculcate those traits that make for team spirit, where you're able to work with diverse groups of people and you're able to collaborate to get the work done. It also requires adaptability and visionary thinking. And what this means is that it is very important for each medical student to begin to imbibe this if you do not already have it. And then whatever resonates most with you, you need to be able to develop it further for the future. And these are skills you can actually develop with practice, with dedication, and with commitment, so that they're able to really give the best that is known for in medical students. So let's look at some key examples of what medical students' leadership can actually develop into. There are a number of advocacy initiatives that are very critical, and it can take many forms, even as a student. Don't say because you're a student, you're not going to involve yourself in a number of activities. In fact, this is the place or the time that you need to begin to involve yourself in most of these activities. You consider advocacy efforts like campaigning for improved health resources. Nothing stops you from joining such groups that are known to advocate for one social issue or the other, especially as it relates to health of population. You also are already involved in research projects. In fact, it's one of the requirements for you to graduate as a medical doctor. When you go through public health training, you're expected to contribute to the studies that can form the basis or the foundation for some of the policy that we see being implemented today. We've seen situations where students have contributed to groundbreaking studies, and this has also informed the development that we see in medicine today. We also have seen how community outreaches are being conducted, where you can make direct impact in organizing such programs. I'm sure in many of your institutions, you undergo community diagnosis, you go out into the field and you practice what you're taught. And beyond that, you actually give back to the society in terms of care and other services that are provided when you undergo such field work. And don't forget that innovation is key. It has come to stay. We're in an era where technical innovation or technical development is the in thing. Of recent, we've seen how artificial intelligence has been deployed for a number of purposes. So many of you students can leverage on this technology to help solve healthcare problems. So leadership, in essence, is about finding your niche and taking action. We've seen situations where some medical professionals have become experts when it comes to technology. I think in the recent times, we have doctors that have really diversified their skills, not just providing medical care, but using most of this technology for our development, including teaching, as well as other advancements in medicine. So leadership development has a number of opportunities. It can happen within your medical school or even outside of it. Within the medical school, there are opportunities all around you. Starting with your school, you have different councils, different associations, different groups that are into one social activity or the other. So you start within your school, you participate in such programs, including mentorship programs where they are present. I can recall that when we were students, we had a strong mentorship program in the university that I graduated from. And it has helped very, very greatly in positioning us for the work or the role that we're into today. You can equally attend workshops. Don't say it has to be workshop organized within your schools alone or by your medical students association. You could participate when NMA, for instance, or medical women, for instance, call or invite you to participate in such workshops. And there are also conferences. In fact, you can begin to write abstracts, submit to such conferences, and once they're accepted, you can seek for sponsorship to attend most of these programs. And I've seen situations where a number of students, especially down south, have engaged in sort of opportunities, and they're really doing a lot in terms of attending and gaining more knowledge and building their confidence and their skills to position themselves for the future. So nothing stops you as a medical student from pursuing such opportunities and improving your knowledge, skills, and prospects for the future. Beyond academics, there are a number of things happening around you. It could be some community initiative or intervention. We all come from one society or one neighborhood or one village or the other. You can volunteer in some of these community health programs and see what you can contribute. And let me tell you, most often than not, people take notice of why or how you make such volunteer work. In future, you may be the first person to be considered when opportunities come up, even after you have graduated. So there's a need to identify some of these community groups or activities happening within you and around you during holidays, during spare times when you have the time, you could actually participate in such programs. And then there are also opportunities for networking. When you go on holidays, don't just relax in your homes or assume that you have all the time before the next session. It's important if you can nurture those internship opportunities and fellowships. There are a number of them that are even available, even as a student. We've seen situations where you go for global conferences or global meetings, like the Global Council on Health, and I see a number of students from all over attending, with very few coming from our own environment. So I would like to encourage you to go for such programs and explore, because the opportunities are so enormous. You can actually explore and participate in such. And during such holidays, or when you have permission from your school authority, you try to participate in such programs. It's really, really very effective, and it's needed for leadership development. And there are many more examples of this nature that I can give, but suffice to say that the opportunities are there, and you need to be able to tap on them and cash in on that to be able to improve yourselves. Transformational leadership is key, and you start small, but think big. You need to also imbibe the culture of collaboration, because collaboration amplifies impact. The more you engage, don't go alone, try to go in groups, improve on each other's knowledge. And when opportunities come up, please learn to share, especially reminding ourselves that these impactful changes start with simple ideas. With clear vision and the courage to act, you can go miles, and you can do a lot in also contributing to healthcare delivery. So, but there are challenges. It's not as if everything is smooth sailing, but recognizing that these challenges exist and having the ability to know what to do or the strategies to adopt to overcome them is also very critical. Leadership, as we say, is not without its challenges. You need to be able to balance your academic with leadership roles, especially for those that are into executive committees or various associations like NiMSA, and maybe other state associations of medical students and so on. It's very important that you do not neglect your academic activities to the detriment. I mean, you assume your leadership role to the detriment of your academics. You need to be able to strike a balance. You need to be organized. You need to have, you need to have that extra edge to be able to do well while you continue to engage in such activities. It can be very daunting, but it's very possible because it has been done and people have successfully navigated such arrangements. And another challenge that you may face has to do with resources. And when I say resources, it has to do with both funding as well as the human, that is the students or even your colleagues that will need to help carry out certain activities. A lot of the times you see medical students not engaging themselves or supporting their colleagues that are in leadership to get the work done. A lot of the time is because of the academic work, and they feel that since they are not the ones leading the association, they don't really have anything to contribute. But I want to challenge that status quo. Let us try as much as possible, even if you are just a member of an association, you need to be seen to be active in such an association. And it starts when you are a medical student. You never can tell how far you go. Those groups that you engage with that come to support you to carry out the work may likely be the ones that you need by the time you go into the real world and become a leader in various fields of endeavor. So lack of resources is really key and a key challenge. And of course, mentorship opportunities are very limited. It's not every academic institution that has a strong arrangement for mentorship. But again, I believe this is one area that we all have to collectively work on, especially calling on NMA, as well as our Medical Women Association, to see how we can expand this opportunity further. I'm happy that the president is here, and in my role as the national president-elect, it is one area that I intend to pursue so that as many of our young people are appropriately mentored, so that they have some of the advantages that we also have had in our own time. Another key thing that makes medical students shy away from leadership position is fear of failure or rejection. I mean, there's no harm if you fail when you try to do some things, but Learning to rise up and continue and be undaunted is a key skill that is required for leadership effectiveness. And there's also a need for effective time management, embracing a growth mindset so that you have the ability to navigate whatever obstacle comes your way, and then you continue to work stronger and emerge stronger, even when you do something and you do not succeed. So what is our vision for the future? What do we seek to see? We expect that there's a need for us to look ahead. The role of medical leaders is also evolving, it's not static. We need to look at new ways of doing things and redefining healthcare leadership, which involves innovation. We need to be innovative. We need to be creative. We need to have something which we call thinking out of the box, and we need to have an all-inclusive kind of environment. Don't say because I'm a leader from a particular section of the country, you want to just corner those things within your section of the country. There's a need to make sure that you are representing your stakeholder group, and as diverse as they are, you must be able to include everyone and carry everybody along. And as you're doing that, you must also have an eye for sustainability. Whatever you're doing, make sure that it's an impact. I mean, it has impact and it will continue to make things better for the future. So whether we're reimagining healthcare systems or forging partnerships, both local and global, your contribution as a leader is intended and expected to shape the future. So let me quote from Peter Drucker, who said, the best way to predict the future is actually to create it. Don't assume that someone else is going to do it for you. It's always important for you to also see what else you can do differently. And that's why we said there's a need as a leader to be creative, to inspire, and also to influence change. So let's look at our key takeaway from what we have presented so far. Leadership is not a title. It's not just when you're called a president or a chairman or whatever title you have. It's a responsibility. It is a responsibility that must be taken with all sense of seriousness, and it starts small. Each effort contributes to that transformative change that we desire to see. And for you to be effective and to be successful, there's a need to collaborate with others. You cannot go it alone. You must have a strong team, and you also must have strong followers that appreciate what you're doing, that also accept and also help you or support you to get the work done. And you must be resilient. It's not an easy journey. You will see all sorts, you will hear all sorts, and you meet all sorts of obstacles. But the ability to overcome these challenges is what makes you resilient and will help you overcome as many of the challenges or bottlenecks that you come across. Above all, we say that every medical student should know that he or she has the potential to be a leader. It is up to you to see how you can unlock that potential for the goodness of all. So finally, I would like to call on you all and to say that the journey to transformative change is actually one step at a time. You need to step up, you need to take up the initiative, and you need to lead with purpose. Leadership begins with such initiative, and it helps us create a brighter future for healthcare together. So simply seeking out a mentor or joining an association or organizing an event does not end in leadership. You need to always look up those opportunities that exist around you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to make this presentation. And I would like to really appreciate the leadership. And I hope that the incoming president will imbibe some of the key things that were done by the outgoing, so that they put their heads together and continue to work as one and deliver and make sure that our future for our medical students is sound. We expect that we'll have more and more leaders coming from the medical field. Thank you, and God bless you all, and Happy New Year to you all. Thank you.
Wow, such a beautiful keynote speech. Please, can we drop our reactions in the comment section? Let's give her a round of applause because this was a very beautiful keynote address. And I know that after this beautiful keynote address, every medical student here has realized that we all have the potential to be leaders, and we will take up this task, start small, and lead to transformative change. So I want to use this opportunity to thank you so much, Madam. Thank you so much, Dr. Zainab Kwaru Muhammad Idris, for your powerful and thought-provoking keynote address. And as the National President-elect of the Medical Women Association of Nigeria, we are so sure that we have learned from your wealth of experience today. Thank you so much for your unwavering commitment to inspiring we, the next generation of leaders. In her keynote speech, she talked about building lasting legacies, sustainability as a leader. She talked about creating your future. So I know that this powerful call to action that she has stated here, every medical student here is going to take this home. And we want to say thank you so much for your valuable insight and for challenging us to lead with purpose and excellence. So next on our agenda, I'm going to be inviting no other person but the NiMSA, but the NME committee chair. My apologies. I'm going to be inviting Dr. David Berlin, the NME committee chair on NiMSA, for a speech. Please, Dr. David Berlin, are you here with us? The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, my moderator. Good evening, all. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the chairman of the occasion, my dear Mr. President, the NMA president, the balanced president, who has graciously bestowed this task upon me and my fellow committee chairman. I can see Triple A also present, a fellow committee chairman. The keynote speaker, Dr. Zainab Mohammed, the NiMSA president, both past and present, notably Mr. Moses Onwubuya, who is the present president about leaving, and the next president coming in, Amadou Sadauna. We also the other enemy affiliates present. I want to also recognize the presence of the Medical Student Association ESCOs, both past and present. I want to also recognize, most importantly, great Nigeria medical students. It's been a while, the NiMSA activity, right from the 47 GA that was conducted recently in Bielsa, culminating to this event today, the handing over to this new president. We've heard from the keynote speaker, leadership is not all about title. Leadership is responsibility. Responsibility means you should be able to become decision makers, and at times you will make those decisions on your feet. I want to encourage all medical students. It is possible when we have the habit or when we build a character that will help us stand through the test of time, a character that will help us to go through the thick and thin together as an association. It's all about networking. If we're able to network, we'll be able to achieve much. What an individual can achieve, a network of 10 people can achieve much more and much better. So I want to encourage you, and I want to congratulate the incoming NiMSA ESCO. We will work together. We will be with you. When you fall, look up to us. We will lift you up. Failure is when you fall and you stay down. But it is our desire to continue to lift you up, to give you guidance. The enemy president is there to support you, not just in financial means. I've spoken with the incoming president, Amadou Sadauna, how you should innovate to see how you'll be able to stand on your feet, and you will always be together with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. David Bellin, the NMA Committee Chair on NiMSA. Thank you so much for encouraging us. Thank you for encouraging the new administration, ably led by the 48th President-elect, Mr. Amadou Sadauna. Thank you so much for reminding us that our actions today will define the impact we have tomorrow. Thank you for emphasizing on the importance of networking. And we know that every medical student here will take this words of advice dear in the year 2025. Moving forward, we had some distinguished join us. We have Dr. Zenith, the National Association of Resident Doctors, the president. We have Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman and several dignitaries here present. I will be moving forward to the next on our agenda, and permit me to welcome the 47th NiMSA president. After today, we are going to be referring to him as the immediate past president, Mr. Moses Onwubuya, for his handover speech and the administration of oath of office. He has done very well leading the Nigerian Medical Center Association for the past 1 year under the impact-led administration. Mr. Moses Onwubuya, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I want to sincerely recognize the presence of the Chairman of Education, our very own enemy president, a father, a mentor, a teacher, a leader, the person of Professor Bala Audu. I also want to sincerely appreciate him too for his unwavering support he has given me during the course of this administrative year. I want to also acknowledge the presence of our keynote speaker, Dr. Zainab, M1 President-elect. She has, of course, also been a support to medical students nationwide, and of course, has been a vehicle towards we achieving the impact we ran on this year. The NiMSA committee chairman, I must appreciate you most especially for your support, your guidance, your mentorship, and every time we had one or two issues, you were always there to support us and then see us through them. Every other dignitary here present, the father of the occasion, Triple E as we call him, I most recognize your presence. Thank you very much. My fellow medical students, like I always like to call them, anatomically artistic and physiologically active medical students, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests here present. Today, I stand before you to hand over this mantle of leadership. And I must say, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude, I must say, and accomplishment, serving as the 47th National President of the Nigerian Medical Students Association It's been an honor, honestly, an honor beyond words. And together, we started this journey, or together, the journey started January 1st, 2024, down up to now. And if we all agree with me, we've embarked on the journey of impact, a journey of impact, I must say. And together, we have achieved remarkable and enviable milestones, some of which are we have been able to kickstart and pioneer the mentorship programs and initiatives. We've had successful programs across the year. We've had both international and intentional representations. I mean, across the globe. We've had promoted mental health initiatives, health tech innovations and technologies, and most importantly, we've been able to come up with initiatives and promote platforms that build capacity and then ensure that medical students are not just developed professionally, but also personally. Permit me to also say and acknowledge that our journey was, of course, not one without challenges. We faced numerous issues or a few issues, such as organizing, large-scale events and ensuring active participation of all members. However, this experience has taught us resilience. This experience has taught us adaptability, and of course, the importance of unity. Through collaborative efforts and with the help of our mentors, our teachers, our leaders, and colleagues like you, we turned these challenges into opportunities for development and for growth. We have rode on these opportunities to achieve enviable milestones, I must say. I must extend my deepest gratitude to my executive team, standing committees, directors, and all NiMSA for their unwavering support and dedication. And your commitment to excellence has made our achievements possible. And I also thank our partners for your support and sponsorship and invaluable contributions towards achieving our goals. As I prepare, or rather, as I hand over the baton of leadership to the incoming president and president of Comrade Ahmad Sardauna and the executive team, I must say I am confident that NiMSA is poised for even greater heights. I want to use this opportunity to urge the new leadership to build on our successes, learn from our experiences, and continue to drive the association towards excellence. In all you do, or in all we do, let us remain united in our pursuit towards advancing medical education, medical professionalism, medical ethics, fostering personal development, fostering positive impact on our society. And of course, I must say the future for NiMSA is bright. Like we've already established during the course of this handover ceremony, the future for NiMSA is bright. And only together we will continue to make a difference. Thank you, and God bless NiMSA. God bless NiMSites. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I remain my humble self, the 47th NiMSA president. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the 47th NiMSA president.
All right. Thank you. I don't know. Should I just go straight into administration?
Yes, sir, you can. You can go straight to the administration of oath of office.
So at this juncture, I would like to call on my very own friend and brother, the reason why we've all gathered today, a man of whom we are well pleased with. It is time to, of course, do the needful and swear you into office. So I will like you to unmute your mic if you can hear me. And I'm sure you are with your constitution too as well. So I'll be taking the oath of office, and I would want you to repeat after me. Please let me know if you're on board and if you can hear me.
Yes, Mr. President.
All right. Repeat after me. I mean, put it like with your hands. Okay, fine. I call your name like I,
Amadou Sardauna,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will be faithful,
that I will be
that I will
faithful,
truthfully,
that I will faithfully,
come out, repeat after me. I
Ahmad Sardauna,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
truthfully,
truthfully,
and dutifully bear and fly
and dutifully bear and fly
high the flag of the Nigerian Medical Student Association, NiMSA.
high the flag of the Nigerian Medical Students Association, NiMSA.
I will discharge my duties
I will discharge my duties
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
faithfully,
faithfully,
and in accordance with the Constitution of NiMSA
and in accordance with the Constitution of NiMSA
and the laws of Nigeria,
and the laws of Nigeria,
and always in the interest of integrity,
and always in the interest of integrity,
solidarity,
sincerity,
well-being,
well-being,
and prosperity of the members of NiMSA.
and prosperity of the members of NiMSA.
That I will strive
That I will strive
to preserve
to present
the fundamental objectives
the fundamental objectives
and aims of NiMSA
and aims of NiMSA
as contained in this Constitution,
as contained in this Constitution,
without fear or favor,
without fear or favor,
affection or ill will.
affection or ill will.
I will not directly
I will not directly
or indirectly communicate or reveal
communicate or reveal
to any person
any matter
which shall be brought under my consideration,
which shall be brought under my consideration,
shall become known to me as the president,
or shall become known to me as president of NiMSA,
except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as president.
for the due discharge of my duty as president.
I will devote myself to the service and well-being of the members of NiMSA.
to the service and well-being of the members of NiMSA.
So help me God.
So help me God.
At this juncture, I would like to say congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr.
Indeed.
President.
God bless the 48th.
God bless the 47th.
So I don't know, but I think what next is you'll give your speech, and then you have to also administer the oath of office or to other executive members of the cabinet. Thank you very much. Over to you, the moderator, or over to you, the 48th.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moses Albuya, the immediate past president, the 48th NiMSA president. Thank you so much for administering the oath of office. And dear NiMSA, join me as we congratulate and welcome and usher the new president. This is a historic moment for NiMSA because it marks the beginning of an exciting chapter and the end of another. And we are here to congratulate you. Please use the chat box, send your congratulations, your reaction, clap, excitement as we usher the 48th NiMSA president, Mr. Ahmed Sadauna, as he gives his speech.
The President in Council, Nigeria Medical Association, NMA, who is the father or the chairman of this occasion, our keynote speaker, Dr. Zainab Muhammad Idris Kwaru, the national president-elect of the Medical Women Association of Nigeria. Past presidents of NiMSA Nigeria that are present, past President Skills, past President Michael Okumefun, the NAD president that is also here with us, President Osundara Zenith, distinguished MSA presidents that are here with us present, my lecturers in school, my mentors, the M1 President Kaduna, Dr. Aisha Mustafa from Obstetrics and Gynecology, members of our dear association, NiMSA. I greet you all and compliments of the hour and season. It's an honor today to address you as the 48th president of the Nigeria Medical Students Association, NiMSA. Today, with your support, with your decisions, with your actions, you have proven once again that together we can do a lot of things with our heads in one place. This administration has ended and another one is just beginning. And today, out of the 365 days we have in office, today is gone. And we hope that in our days to come ahead, we shall reignite those flames of hope that stays far in the minds of NiMSA, and to ensure that the legacy of our leaders past has been maintained and has been sustained as long as it serves the best interest of our association. I thank my co-contestants who ran side by side with me at the 47th General Assembly. You have made me not only a better person, but you have redirected the trajectory of life and leadership for me. I thank distinguished Comrade Katab from the great Udumsa and distinguished Comrade Muhammad Karai from Bayero University, Kano. Together, I believe we shall serve NiMSA Nigeria in a way that the world has never seen, and in a way that will make our leaders and our parents proud, in a way that our contemporaries in diaspora will be proud of the difference we have made. And the only way we can ensure that we continue united as people, as NiMSites, and most importantly, as Northerners. My presidency, ladies and gentlemen, my distinguished elders in the medical practice, is focused on mainly the welfare of NiMSites. And by welfare, I mean academic welfare. I mean welfare in terms of basic necessities and social amenities. Welfare in terms of improving the excellence of learning, so that while pursuing our leadership cards, we are also sure that we excel academically. Welfare in a way that we don't have to pay more than what we have to attend programs. Welfare in a way that leadership will be brought to your doorsteps. We shall also ensure inclusivity for growing medical students associations that are emerging, and for our medical students who are female. Our ratio of male to female participation in leadership has been on the decline. And I am optimistic that with the hands of past President Moses, with the hands of past President Skills, and other past NiMSA presidents, we shall reaffirm our commitment towards ensuring that we increase the female participation in NiMSA Nigeria. We will do that in direct affiliation to M1 and other parties in diaspora. We shall build by necessity and with direct influence the capacity of medical students across board to ensure that we prepare ourselves not only for 21st century leadership, but we advance the healthcare sector in a way that people will be proud of. We shall ensure a prudent, a transparent, and an accountable governance. Once that when we come to the end you can hold us responsible for anything that went wrong, and one that directly reflects your own will and the wills of our Constitution. NiMSA is great. I can see it before us growing as we stand united. Some fundamentals we intend to pursue on our course of governance will be to affirm our international commitment, to ensure that our affairs at the International Federation for Medical Students Association, IFMC, has been ultimately advanced. I salute the bar in which the past presidents have raised it to. I intend to nurture that, to continue whatever legacy they have stopped, and to ensure that these beneficiaries called NiMSites are ultimately advanced in the process. We shall ensure that every diplomatic approach to ensure that we get it right, we have done it amicably. Our slogan for this year is "Let's get it done," and hopefully we shall. And the motto of NiMSA Nigeria is "Help out, stand out, and reach out." Our community volunteerism to the villages, to the society we all come from, will definitely be enhanced. We shall ensure that we are fair, we are kind, and we adjust to the dealings and affairs of NiMSA. We shall radiate the positive energy we tap from our leaders at NMA, at NAD, at MDCAN, and at M1, and we shall become greater ambassadors of ourselves. And while this inaugural speech goes on, I want to briefly bring to our notice that part of the secretarial bid include Abubakar Ado Saleh, who is the ABUMSA president and also the treasurer, and Muhammad Hamza Zahina, who is our secretary general. By virtue of that, we are trying to pass a direct message to the outside world that inclusivity begins from the secretariat. And by so doing, we reflect the best interests of NiMSA as time goes by. Through our mentor-mentee initiative in NiMSA Nigeria, we intend to align the very goal, the interest of NMA is the interest of NAD, to ensure that we mentor these medical students that are emerging from medical school, joining the health space, so that we spark the right brains to ensure that the right lessons are passed across. We are not only stopping there, we are ensuring again that the fundamentals we need to get before we exit the medical space and the training is enough that will be sufficient for the next generation of leaders that are coming up. This is the highest gathering, I can say, or close to the highest gathering of the medical practice. We have the president of NMA among us, the president of NAD among us, the president-elect of M1 among us, the crown prince of NAD among us. I am passing directly a plea that whenever we knock on your doors, NiMSA are coming with the best. And we are pleading that you open those doors for the prosperity of the people we lead. My committee chairman, Dr. David, he clearly stated that NiMSA should try and learn a way to stand on their feet. I have taken that up, and I have fully activated the NiMSA Enterprise Office. I am in communication with President Zenith from NAD. We have established an understanding in that regards, and in our days ahead, whatever it is that will bring NiMSA to the spotlight and ensure that rather than coming to collect, we have a little way we are giving back. We shall ensure that that is also ultimately advanced. A lot of collaboration will engage NiMSA and our mother body and the affiliates of those mother bodies. We will ensure we proceed with that with all sincerity, and we proceed with that with all humility and respect that the time calls for. We are not only stopping there in terms of our commitments, we are also ensuring that new offices for documentation are brought up, so that as we are going out of office, the legacy of my predecessors will be in check, so that prosperity will judge us in a way that is in accordance with our Constitution. We will lead wholeheartedly. We will do whatever it takes to bring NiMSA back on the rail by continuing whatever we deem fit and unanimously agreeing on decisions that will stand. As president-elect, officially inaugurated now, I will be in consultation and constantly seeking for opinions and advices that will champion the affairs of Nigerian medical students. As your president, Whatever it is, I will do it in the best interest of you, in the best interest of your education, in the best interest of generations of NiMSA that will come after us. I will do this in direct coalition with your respective medical schools, the provosts of respective medical colleges, and an established understanding of the status quo. We are not only stopping there, ladies and gentlemen. We are affirming our ties and commitments to NiMSA presidents. Gone are days where we only come to meet you when it's time for campaign and election. We will spark the right lessons and build the right capacity for you so that you don't only live as an NiMSA president, we live in an achievement that is pertinent to your way of struggle, and we affirm that this shall come true. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished NiMSites and my leaders alike, today we found ourselves here, and what determines how the future will look like is the decisions all of us put in place. And to my leaders in the North, South, East, and West, I, Amadou Sardauna, have not come to undo what you have done. I have not come to establish a favorable competition among my leaders, myself, and my peers. I have only come to serve, and I will do that tentatively with your guidance and with your understanding. To the elected executives, your loyalty first is to NiMSA and to our constitution, so that as you grow, you ensure that you've carried along with you the right lessons that will make you stand the test of time. With this Let's Get It Done administration, I am Amadou Sardauna. I welcome you all to a new dispensation. God bless NiMSA Nigeria. God bless our parents, body enemy. God bless NAD. God bless our affiliates. God bless our mothers at the level of M1. And may God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And I wish us a fruitful deliberation on our days ahead. Madam Moderator, you may proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Welcome to a new dispensation insights. Please, a round of applause once again for the 48th President, the Nigerian Medical Students Association, Mr. Amadou Delmi Sardauna. Please, let's cheer him up. This is a historic moment for NiMSA because we have the presence of so many distinguished guests. We have the guest of honor, Dr. Abubakar, still present. We have our keynote speaker still present, Dr. Zainab Kwaru Muhammad Idris. We have our chairman of the occasion, Dr. Bala Audu, still present. The 47th NiMSA president, Mr. Moses Onwuboya, still present. We have the 46th president, NiMSA, Dr. Ejim Egba, still present. We have the 43rd NiMSA president, Dr. Ogumefun Michael. We have the NAD president, Dr. Osundara Tope Zenith, still present. The president of M1, Kaduna State Chapter, Dr. Aisha. We have Dr. Aliyu Waziri, the vice chairman, NME Kaduna State. We have the Crown Prince of NAD, Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman. We have the 52nd Abumsa President, Dr. Muhammad Kashim. We have the immediate past ARD President, ABUTH, Dr. Suleiman Isa Ada. We have distinguished presidents of the respective MSA present. We have the members of NiMSA present. Thank you so much for gracing this event. Without further ado, I am going to be ushering the president of NAD, Dr. Osundara Tope Zenith, to give us a word of advice. Thank you, sir. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me, please?
Sir,
Hello?
we can hear you. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Let me first start by recognizing the presence of the number one doctor in the Federation, Nigeria, who also happens to be the chairman of the occasion. That's Professor Bala Audu, the NMA president. I recognize you. Then I want to recognize the presence of the keynote speaker, Dr. Zainab who is also the national president-elect of M1. Thank you for coming around. Let me congratulate the president, the new president of NiMSA, that's Mr. Hamadu Sadauna, the 48th president of NiMSA. Congratulations to you. Other dignitaries present here, I want to appreciate you all, and I recognize you. Today is an historic day for every one of us, and it gladdens my heart that I'm also part of this process. And I also want to pledge my support to you, whatsoever we have in the resources of NAD, to support you and to take NiMSA to a greater height. We are going to do that. Just like you said during your speech, a wonderful speech, fantastic speech from you. We are going to get it done, and we are going to team up with you to get everything done. Let me congratulate you once again, and every other NiMSA member that are here. Congratulations to you all. The doors of NAD, they are all open. You can come in at any time. You can knock on our door. It will be surely open for you. Just like the NMA has also been showing support. NMA has been wonderful. Professor Balaudu, each time I call him, he also, opens the door for us as NAD, and has been throwing it the weight of support to us as well. We are going to do that to you. We are going to give you the support. We are going to give you the mentorship. We are going to give you the directive that you need so that you can steer the wheel of NiMSA. You can steer it appropriately. Once again, I want to say thank you and God bless you. All right.
Thank you so much, Dr. Osundara Tope Zenith, because your words were very reassuring. I'm going to be inviting the distinguished president of M1 Kaduna State Chapter, Dr. Aisha Mustafa, to quickly give us a word of advice. Thank you, ma. You have the floor, ma.
Mr. President and Council, other invited distinguished guests, Nigerian medical students, good evening. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I feel quite honored to witness this very great occasion. I want to congratulate the 48th president of NiMSA, a very dedicated, humble, loyal student of mine, Ahmed Sardona. I wish you Allah's guidance, and I do hope that you will actually steer the affairs of NiMSA to much, much greater heights. Congratulations, everyone. And yes, let's get it done.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aisha Mustafa, for that wonderful word of reassurance. I'll be inviting Dr. Aliyu Waziri, the Vice Chairman, NME Kaduna State, to give us a word of advice. Dr. Aliyu, you have the floor, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. The President NME, Professor Bala Audu, the President-elect of M1, the incoming President of NiMSA, all other protocols duly observed. Thank you so much for inviting me for this program. First, I would like to apologize for joining late. We lost a colleague of ours and we had to go for his burial. So we're just coming back from the burial now, and I quickly decided to join the meeting. So please, I seek your indulgence, please, for coming late or joining the program very late. My own word of advice is very simple. You have to carry everybody along. Those that contested with you, those from the various MSAs, etc., that even those that didn't vote for you, it's time for you to bring everybody on board and to work with everyone. And lastly, again, our doors are usually open. Just as usual, the way you come, we'll still be there for you. We're ready to give you advice and whatever thing that you want. Thank you so much. I'm on the way, so I will just make it very short. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us, regardless of the circumstances, and our condolences goes to you and the family. And it is such a great honor to see that the president, the 48th NiMSA president, has so much support systems present with us here. And it gives the Nigerian medical students reassurance and confidence that we will get it right. Please permit me to invite Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman, the Crown Prince of NAD, to give us a word of advice.
أعوذ بالله من السميع العليم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all. Am I audible, please?
Yes, sir, you are very audible.
Thank you very much. Let me first recognize the presence of my leaders, my bosses, the NMA president, the NAD president, the M1 president-elect, my senior brother, Dr. Aliu Waziri, and other distinguished guests present. Let me also congratulate the immediate past president of NiMSA for successfully handing over. I want to also congratulate the current NiMSA president, the 48th NiMSA president. Be rest assured, my leaders, my senior brothers and senior sisters have made it very clear to you, even in the speech by Dr. Aisha Mustafa, who again is a senior sister to me, even in our days, in my days as a student in Zaria too, that you have all this support. The advice I have for you is, you're not lacking in terms of support. NiMSA has never lacked in terms of support. And I think it's important that concerted efforts are being made by this NiMSA leadership to still bring these bedrocks of support from all across the Nigerian medical space to ensure that the Nigerian student, the Nigerian medical student, has the best from all of us. However, when you're leading an association like this, it is not out of place to remember why you want to serve. It's not about all the edifices you will build. It's not about all the accountability and transparency phrases that will be shouted in your tenure. No, it's about ensuring that you leave medical students better off. Some of us have dedicated our entire years of practice to ensuring that our colleagues get better remuneration, better welfare, better service delivery, better education, better courses, better at everything. It's important that you're coming on board in NiMSA too, to always remember that that is why you are doing all of this. Whenever someone will talk to you in a harsh manner, in a soft manner, in a nice manner, whenever challenges will hit at you, whenever you will have sleepless nights, just always have it at the back of your mind that I am doing this to better the lot of my colleagues. Once that is in the back of your mind, you will never tire, you will never falter, you will never go astray. And that is why I will round up my own piece of advice with, remember to always pray. God gives leadership. No man will give you leadership, but God uses men and women to give you leadership positions. So always remember that if no one is there for you, God will be there for you because he bestowed this responsibility upon you. And probably this is the only test God will grant on you in this your lifetime. I pray you have a successful tenure. I pray you will find all the support that you need from all these bedrocks you have gathered here today. And I pray at the end of the tenure, you and all your exco's and all people around you will have more cause to celebrate. I pray you leave NiMSA better than you met it. Thank you and God bless. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, the Crown Prince of NAD. He has reminded us that whatever you do, hold God first. I'll be inviting the guest of honor, Dr. Abubakar Abdulrahman, to the floor to please give us a speech. Thank you, sir. Dr. Abubakar Abdurrahman, are you here with us? Okay, while we are waiting for him, let me move forward and invite the Southwest Zonal Coordinator, NME, Young and Early Career Doctors, and the 43rd NiMSA President, Dr. Ogunmefu Michael, to quickly give us a word of advice from his world of experience. The floor is yours, Dr. Michael, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Hope I'm audible enough. Still standing
Yes,
on
sir.
still standing on the extensive protocol. I really want to appreciate the presence of everybody at this remarkable event today. Standing from our Oga Patapata at the top, the Professor Bala Audu, who is the #1 medical doctor in Nigeria, and the NAT president, the M1 president, the president of each centers are present, and then MSA president and other name sites that are available today. Mr. President, a lot have been said by my elders in the group. And I believe that if you pinpoint what they've all said, it's really going to help you a lot. And just as the Nant Grand Prix have said that we pray that you should be able to harness the opportunity that is in each doors they've told you that is actually open for you. So I also pray that too, so that you'll be able to strengthen the connection between NiMSA and those doors that are already open for you. And the course of it will make your course of administration be able to smooth. Likewise, there is also the past president page. So many of us has been in the steps before. We know how students' politics can be so tough, and anybody can call you out at any time on any social media page. You just have to be there. You must be the last to respond and the last to be reactive. And I want to advise you to all make adequate consultations from people that are above you, that have most knowledge about any decision you want to make. So that's all I can say for now. So during the course of administration, we are all open to you. So to be able to put you through and to make sure you are more successful. Your tenure is much more successful than ours. All right. I wish you the very best, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ogunmefu Michael, for that word of advice. Consultation is key. Please permit me to invite our guest of honor. I think he's back with us, Dr. Abubakar Alhaji Abdurrahman, AAA Ajian Sumawa. Thank you so much for being here with us. The floor is yours, sir. I think there's been some network problems because we can't hear him yet. But let's be patient and let's dive into the next word of advice by no other person but the 46th NiMSA President, Dr. Edgar Clement, who led us with the skillful administration. The floor is yours, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Madam President, and our able moderator. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Mr. Skid.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All protocols duly observed. I would like to, in a very special way, recognize the presence of our father and the #1 doctor in Nigeria, in person of Professor Bala Audu, the president of NMA. I also like to recognize the presence of the M1 elect, Dr. Kwaru Mustafa Ma. It's a pleasure to have you here. I also like to recognize the M1 Kaduna chapter, Dr. Aisha, our mother, our mentor, and the support base of the 48th administration. I would like to recognize the presence of the NAD president, the closest doctor's arm to NiMSA in the person of Dr. Zenith. I also like to recognize the presence of our leader, the Crown Prince of NAD, Dr. Suleiman. I would like to also recognize the presence of our mentor from Azare, our father, in person of Dr. Triple A. I would also like to recognize the presence of the vice chair of NMA Kaduna, the 43rd president, in person of Dr. Michael Schofield. I would also like to recognize the presence of the NMA NiMSA committee chair, in person of Dr. Berlin David, and all other dignitaries that are here in this August occasion that I might not necessarily have the luxury of time to call everyone's name. NiMSA has always been dear to us. It's an association that we hold very dear to our heart, and if you've been very conversant with NiMSA's activity, you would understand that yes, NiMSA is a baby that we hold very dear and very delicate at that. And without much ado, I would want to, in a very special way, congratulate the 47th NiMSA president, in person of Comrade Moses Omboya, for a successful administration and successfully handing over to the current president, in person of Ahmadu Sardauna, a very capacitated and sagacious leader par excellence. He's been part and parcel of NiMSA for a long while, and he understands the tenets and the workings of the association. And I have no doubt whatsoever that NiMSA is in good hands, and the next 1 year, the next 365 days of this association shall witness tremendous growth and tremendous development in terms of building capacity amongst medical students in Nigeria, and also looking out for the welfare of students that are studying medicine in Nigeria and even in diaspora. So, Mr. President, the 48th president, congratulations. And I must tell you, yes, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. You've been crowned now officially. And all I can say is congratulations. You can be rest assured that the support is 100%. If it's not 100%, it's nothing. We are always here to guide you, and we're always here to lead the way, so that the mistakes we've made in the past, you won't repeat them. The successes we've recorded, you build on them. And at the end of the day, your administration will stand out as a shining star for others that will come after you to take. So congratulations, Mr. President, and congratulations, NiMSA, and thank you very much for having me this afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you so much. 46th President, Dr. Ejim Edgar Clement. I'll be inviting Dr. Suleiman Issa Ada, the immediate past president, ARD, ABUTH. Please, sir, you have the floor. Dr. Suleiman Issa, are you here with us? Okay, I'll be moving forward to Dr. Muhammad Kasim, the 52nd Abumsa president, to please give us his word of advice quickly.
Thank you very much. let me start by recognizing our distinguished leaders. The chairman of the Balanced Enemy Administration, who happened to be the president of the Balanced Enemy Administration, who happens to be the chairman of this great occasion. Our keynote speaker, the national president-elect of M1, the president and the crown prince of NAD, the chairman enemy committee on NiMSA, our special guest of honor, Dr. Abubakar Alhaji Abdurrahman, also known as Triple A, my teachers and mentors, Dr. Ali Waziri and Dr. Aisha Mustafa, the immediate past president of ARD Abut, Dr. Suleiman Isa Ada, and my good friends from time immemorial, Dr. Michael and Dr. Ejim Clement Skills, distinguished leaders and members of Nigerian Medical Students Association. Good afternoon to you all protocols duly and respectfully observed. I really feel honored to be here with you all today. And this day marks a historical moment where my brother, Ahmadu Sardauna Delmi, is handed over the mantle of leadership of NiMSA. I want to congratulate President Moses for a job well done, for successfully completing his administration. A lot has been said and a lot of advices were given by our leaders today, but I would like to make some few additions. Starting from Mr. President, though you have worked tirelessly to earn the trust of your peers, but this is not just a recognition of your hard work. I want to tell you that this is a call to action, a chance to lead with purpose and vision. Mr. President, I must tell you that I'm very much proud of you. I will also tell you that leadership is about service, and you now carry the hopes and expectations of the whole Nigerian medical students. So you need to advocate meticulously for their welfare. You need to collaborate with stakeholders and work towards initiatives that will leave a lasting legacy for your administration. You should also remember that true leadership is built on integrity, compassion, and teamwork. So don't forget to always work as a team, carrying everyone along. Challenges will definitely arise, but you should always remember that when such challenges arise, you should let your passion and commitment guide you. To the members of NiMSA, I urge you to stand united and support your president and his team. You should work collectively towards a brighter future for medical students and Nigeria at large. So as you take this mantle of leadership, I want you to know that you have our unwavering support and belief in your potential. I want you to be a good ambassador of Ahmadu Bello University Medical School, the North, and Nigeria in general. I congratulate you, and I pray that may your tenure be marked with progress and impact. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Kasim, the 52nd ABUNSA president, and for emphasizing that we have to carry everybody along. Is Dr. Abubakar, Dr. Triple A, are you with us now? Okay, we are gradually coming to the end of this handover ceremony. Permit me to please welcome once again Dr. Mohammed Usman Suleiman, the Crown Prince Nard, to give us a closing remark. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
I want to start this closing remark by thanking Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us good health and for granting us the ability to be here present to share ideas and to talk to ourselves. I want to especially appreciate the 001 of doctors in Nigeria, the balanced president, the Jagaban of doctors in all ramifications, Professor Muhammad Bala Audu, for his time, for his efforts to see that we are all taken care of and we are doing our bit to ensure that we all move forward. Permit me to say a very special thank you to the keynote speaker. I followed keenly her lectures, and I'm going to hold on to that. She just took me back to medical school. I felt like I needed to go back and recheck some of my basic building blocks in becoming a leader in this our profession. I want to also thank my immediate boss, my Oga, the person whom I have so much respect, loyalty, and confidence on, the NAD president, Dr. Oshundara, to present it. In fact, he just came out of a medical outreach in one village that we are all in awe of how he was able to gather resources to ensure that people in that very tiny corner of Nigeria also get the benefits of the corporate social responsibility of Nigerian doctors. All past presidents of NiMSA are present. I appreciate and respect you all. The sitting president, you have heard all of us. We can stay from here till thy kingdom come to be telling you this is how to do it, this is what to do. But now the ball is in your court. And we will all be around to ensure that whatever necessary support you need is available. My Oga, Associate Professor Ali Waziri, my boss, he was my senior in Zaria, he's my senior in NMA, he's my senior in NAD. He's a very close friend of mine, and hopefully he's in Katana too this weekend. I can visit him and say hello when he comes back, maybe this weekend. I also want to appreciate Dr. Aisha Mustafa. You have been a mentor to all of us. You know, and I'm sure right now you're smiling, saying Suleiman is about to say something very, very controversial now. No, I will not do that, ma. I will continue to just be quiet and look at how things unfold and ensure that Ahmad Sadona gets the best out of all of us. I'd like to give these closing remarks by appreciating everyone, by also challenging Ahmad Sardona to ensure that whatever you have said you will do, it's either you do it or you show cause why you were not able to do it. It is the only way history will remember you kindly. To our moderator, I think at a point someone described you as a motivator. I think it's proper. With a voice like yours, I think probably NTA or CNN or Al Jazeera should be looking for you to help broadcast one or two things. I've never met you, but I think you have the voice to continue doing that. I'd like to also appreciate the immediate past president. I have to single you out. It's not easy. I leave you with this saying: you are not successful as a leader until your successor has succeeded. So Moses, wherever you are in one corner, it's not as if NiMSA is out of your reach now. You must ensure that your successor has succeeded. It is the only time that history will remember you that you have succeeded. Lastly, let me please sound a word of warning. Warning to our younger ones, NiMSA members, we're all NiMSites. And it is high time some things that you do in NiMSA are put into the dustbin of history. This is a large gathering. I will not go into that. Moses knows what I'm talking about. Ahmad Sadona knows what I'm talking about. Skills knows what I'm talking about. In fact, Schofield also knows what I'm talking about. It's a conversation we would like to continue having with you behind closed doors. It will ensure the smoother running of NiMSA affairs. And I challenge you, there are 92 or 96 ARD presidents across Nigeria now. And I can tell you, and there are 37 chairmen of NMA. And I can tell you, none of them is a past NiMSA president. So something is wrong somewhere. All these people that are becoming NiMSA presidents, what is happening? Where are you disappearing into? Well, we're on number 48. And okay, I remember Ojima is a past enemy president, but I remember Chief Ofem was a past NAD president. You know, so what is happening? Something is wrong somewhere. Something fundamental has to change. So I leave you with this challenge. Let us look inwards and see how you continue to grow within the profession, not just in NiMSA, but in ARD, in NAD, in M1, in MDP, in MDCAN, and eventually in NMA. Thank you very much for the honor of inviting me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to give this closing remark. And I wish you a successful tenure moving forward. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, sir, for the words of appraisal. And thank you, every NiMSA present, for your active participation. I remain David Faith Princess, the president of the University of Abuja Medical Students Association, and it has been a pleasure moderating this session and witnessing such insightful discussion. Thank you so much, the number one doctor, the president of the NMA, Dr. Bala Audu, for gracing us with your presence, the keynote speaker, the national president-elect, M1, Dr. Zainab. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and that insightful keynote speech. Thank you so much, the past NiMSA president, the 43rd, the 46th, the 47th, and currently the 48th president-elect. Thank you so much, our invited guests, the guest of honor, Dr. Abubakar, Dr. Triple A. Thank you so much, the NAD President, Dr. Osundara Tope Zenith. Thank you so much, Dr. Aisha, the President M1 of Kaduna State, Dr. Aliyu Waziri, the Vice Chairman, NME Kaduna State, the Crown Prince of NAD, for that wonderful closing remark, Dr. Muhammad Usman Suleiman. Thank you so much, Dr. Suleiman Isa, the immediate past President, ARD, and Dr. Muhammad Kasim, the 52nd Abunsa President. Thank you so much, NiMSA, for gracing us in this historic moment. And we urge you all to participate actively, and let's bring our support for the 48th NiMSA President, Mr. Sadauna Ahmad. God bless the NiMSA President. God bless NiMSA. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much and have a beautiful year ahead.